Hi, this is Duan Malin, and in this video I'm going to discuss my thoughts and opinions on the Ash's coma creepypasta and stuff. So yeah, it's another Pokemon creepypasta and stuff. So yeah, I don't know too much about Ash's coma, I'm just going to read it off the creepypasta wiki page, so yeah. So it says, have you ever noticed that the pacing, tone, and story development of Pokemon changes after Ash is hit by lightning in the early episodes? Wait. So yeah. How Ash and his world are relatively normal until after that incident. I have a theory. The accident with the bike put Ash into a coma days later, when he was found and hurried to the hospital and treated with heavy medication. Sorry, I'm a little tired, but yeah, this is why Team Rocket became less menacing. The medication took effect and stabilized his coma dreams, so that instead of being terrifying, they became I don't know how to say that. I don't know how to pronounce this word. Wait, I'm gonna have to go on YouTube and see how to pronounce this shit. Sorry, my pronunciation is shit, but you gotta fucking wait. Sorry, man. I don't know. I'm a little tired. How do you pronounce it? No, is this just one word I can't fucking pronounce for some reason? I'm a little sick as well. Idyllic. I don't know how to say that. Idyllic. I don't know. Idyllic. I know how to spell it. What's IDYOOIC? Idyllic. I don't know how to say it. Is it idyllic or is it? Sorry, I need a pronunciation of a word. Don't complain. Gotta wait. How do you say this? Idyllic. Wait. Idyllic. Is it idyllic? Oh, it's idyllic. Yeah, I'll actually from the first time. Yeah, sorry. It's just idyllic. They allowed him to live out his Pokemon master fantasy. Sorry about that. I just had to pronounce the word. If I'm going to pronounce it right. I know how to spell it. It's IDYOOIC. Master Fantasies. After the beginning, and was back on track here. After the beginning episodes, the series is the result of Ash's subconscious mind fulfilling his desires as well as attempting to escape reality. Should Ash realize he's in a coma, he would wake up and suffer brain damage, so he must take down all of his mental barriers one by one. So this theory, right, basically discusses that Ash is like knocked out, he's like in a coma, right, but if he wakes up he'll get a shitload of brain damage, he might even become disabled or he might just die of it. Which is kind of interesting, right? Like, you know, in Pokemon, right? Ash is, like, you know, after he's hit by lightning, he sees all these fictional creatures and stuff. And, you know, this theory is basically trying to sum up and say that, you know, it's all part of his, you know, his fantasy or, like, his coma and stuff. Like, he's knocked out and stuff like that, but yeah. But yeah, if he can do that, he can come to grips with who he is and escape his coma. Further evidence comes from the realization that even his journeys take him vast distances he never usually travels by bike due to having developed a phobia of them. So he's actually scared of riding bikes, but you know, in the anime, like, he rides them and stuff like that because of his coma. Probably like kind of I don't know how to word it. I think kind of no wait. Like, he has a phobia of bikes, but you know, like in his coma, right, it kind of made him a lot more braver and stuff, and made him, like, you know, made him able to ride bikes and stuff like that. But you know, Like if he wasn't like in his coma, he'd be scared of bikes. But yeah, the coma in fantasy explains why he never changes much physically. It explains the worldwide socialism as he fought up a safe system of government that would run smoothly and keep the world going along his adventure to work like they would. So basically, that's why he never ages and stuff like that, because he's like in a coma and stuff, which explains why he never changes and stuff, and he's always 10 years old and stuff like that. Obviously, this is just a theory, but yeah, it's interesting, yeah. And stuff. It also explains how a child can go off on his own into a world full of dangerous and untamed animals. In addition, it explains why every town has the same police officer and every Pokemon Center has the same nurse. Like, every Pokemon Center basically has like the same nurse, like, right, like, Nurse Joy, and every police officer's Officer Jenny, right? It's just kind of interesting and stuff, so yeah. I mean, that could explain it, but I don't know. It's just a theory. And plus, it's just Pokemon's just a cartoon. Yeah, Joy and, anyways, back on topic, Joy and, sorry, I'm a little tired. Joy and Jenny, he knew from his hometown, and they would act as a safety net or anchor, allowing him to feel safe no matter where he goes. They represent stability. The professors represent Ash's ideals, which is why Gary became a professor. So Gary, is that why Gary became a professor? I think Gary was his rival or something. Or maybe that's, Professor Oak is like, oh yeah, no, sorry, shit, I got that mixed up. Professor Oak is like Gary's dad or something like that, but yeah. But anyways, I think that's about it. I'm not going to read too much into this, but yeah. Okay, to sum it up, right, so like in Pokemon and stuff, like when Ash is like hit by lightning, right, and stuff, he's like kind of knocked out and stuff, right, and stuff, and he's like in a coma and stuff, but he can't wake up and stuff. If he does, he's going to get a shitload of brain damage, which isn't good for him, right, because it might make him go mentally retarded or something, which is why he has to be knocked, like, he's in a hospital and stuff, and he's medicated and stuff like that, yeah. And stuff, and he's unconscious and stuff, which is why he like dreams up all these fictional creatures, right, like Pokemon and stuff like that, yeah. It is an interesting theory and stuff. And also, he's actually scared of riding bikes, but like in his coma, right, it kind of, that phobia of him, like, being scared of bikes kind of goes away and stuff for some reason, I don't know. Maybe the coma kind of, makes him a lot more braver or something like that, yeah, makes him a lot more diligent. So, he can ride bikes and stuff instead of being scared of them and stuff, yeah. And stuff, and sorry, I'm a little sick. But like when he's like riding his bike, right, he like goes to like vast distances and stuff like that. Like he travels very far and stuff, so yeah. Sorry, I'm a little tired as well and sick, but yeah, I'm trying my hardest. Anyways, back on topic, yeah, Ash's coma. Yeah, that kind of explains why he sees all these Pokemon and stuff, and why, he has he has like a dream of becoming a Pokemon master, right? But that's like a fantasy and stuff. It's like his Pokemon master fantasies and stuff like that. He always has that fantasy, right, of becoming a Pokemon master and stuff like that, yeah. It is interesting and stuff, yeah, like Ash's coma, right? Like, when Ash got struck by that lightning, right, he started to see Pokemon like Ho-Oh and stuff. I think that was like the first one he ever saw. But yeah, it was just all like, made up, right? It was just a part of his dreams and stuff. He was just seeing things and stuff like that. But yeah, it's interesting. You should definitely do some research into it by yourself in your own free time. I did used to do research on it on YouTube and stuff, right? And stuff, but it was very limited and stuff. I didn't really do that much research into it. Wait. Shit, man. Sorry about that, I'm sick. But yeah, I didn't really do that much research into it and stuff, right? It's called Ash's Coma, right? And stuff. I think I did watch one YouTube video about it. I don't really remember what it was, but yeah. Maybe it was like top 10 Pokemon creepypastas or something. I don't really remember. It's just like a long time ago. But like the creepypasta goes like this, right? Obviously. Like, it's a fairy and stuff. But yeah, it's interesting, right? Like, Ash is knocked out and stuff, and he's dreaming up all these Pokemon and stuff, and all this sorry, it's hard to talk when I'm tired, but yeah, I'm sick. He's dreaming up all this fantasy, like, all this stuff, right? Like, he has like all these he has like all these friends and stuff like that and stuff in his coma, and he has like all these dreams and ambitions and stuff, right? But they're actually all just dreams and stuff. They're just kind of made up in his head and stuff. And his ambition is to become a Pokemon master, which is obviously his fantasy, right? Because it's not real and stuff. It's just made up in his head. and stuff, you know, and you know the Pokemon he sees, right, it's just made up in his head as well. Same with other people he meets, they're all just made up in his head and stuff. I think that's what the fairy's trying to get at and stuff like that. Like, you know, since Ash is like knocked out and stuff due to his coma, right, because he got hit by lightning and stuff. Obviously, like, you know, the episode went like this, right? Like, you know, Ash is on his bike, right? He's like riding with his I don't know, he's just riding on his bike and stuff, right? And then, you know, a bunch of Pidgey, right, which is like a Pokemon and stuff, they attack him, right? I think they were probably just regular pigeons and stuff. But they attack him, right, and then he's like hit by lightning and stuff, and I think that's when he's like knocked down in his coma and stuff, and he's rushed to the hospital and stuff. Maybe he's like unconscious on the floor, right, because of the lightning that hit him and stuff like that. But, you know, in the actual episode, it doesn't really show that. It just shows him, like, you know, being hit by lightning, and then he starts seeing Pokemon and stuff like that. Yeah, like, oh. But, you know, like the episode goes, I think it was a sparrow. I don't know if it was a Pidgey. I think I'm getting that mixed up. Maybe it was a sparrow that attacked him. Sorry about that. I don't really remember and stuff. Maybe it was a Pidgey or a sparrow. Comment below what Pokemon did attack Ash in the episode, like, you know, in the very first episode and stuff like that. You know, like when he was on his bike and stuff, and, you know, like when it was raining and stuff like that, and when he was riding on his bike, what Pokemon attacked him? Was it a Pidgey or was it a sparrow? I'm not too sure. But yeah. Anyways, yeah, you know, after he gets hit by lightning, yeah, I already mentioned that. He already, like, you know, he like sees Pokemon and stuff like that and stuff. You know all the people he meets and stuff like that, like, you know, Brock sounds sick, shit. You know all the people he meets and stuff like that, right? Like, you know, Brock, Misty, and stuff, and all the people he meets are just kind of made up in his head. They're all just like like, you know, those are like his fantasy characters that he just created in his head and stuff, because, you know, he's like in a coma and stuff like that. Fucking hell, man. It's really hard to talk when he's sick. But yeah, he's like in a coma and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't really do that much research into the Ash's coma theory, right? I only did a very limited amount of research on it and stuff. I only watched like one video about it and that's it. And stuff, I don't know, I couldn't really get that interested in it and stuff. I mean one video is enough, right? I mean, you don't really need to watch like hours long video explaining why Ash is like seeing all these Pokemon and stuff like that, right? You just need one video to just explain that and stuff, right? Like, okay, like, you know, Ash is like knocked out and stuff, right, due to the lightning that hit him when he was like riding his bike and stuff like that. And stuff, which is why he sees all these Pokemon and stuff, because he's like unconscious and stuff, right? Yeah. And stuff, yeah, it's interesting and stuff. You should definitely do some research in it. In like, not in it. Sorry, I'm a little tired. You should definitely do some research into it in your own free time and stuff, so yeah. And see what you think about it yourself and stuff like that. Sorry if I sound like shit, I'm ill and stuff, yeah. My throat feels all shitty and dry, I don't know why. I feel all ill. But yeah, so that's my thoughts on the Ash's coma theory and stuff. It's interesting, yeah. I don't know what else I can say about it. I didn't really used to do that much research into it. I only did a very little, like, you know, I only did a little bit of research on it and stuff. I didn't really do that much research into it and stuff. I don't know about it and stuff, yeah. I don't really do that much research into it. I only did a very little amount of research into it, yeah. Is it scary? I don't think it's scary at all. It is interesting though, but it's not scary and stuff. I don't know. It wasn't really scary at all and stuff, but yeah. And stuff, and I don't know what else I can say about it. And yeah, I don't know. I was a little interested in it, but not that much and stuff. But I don't know. But yeah, so that's my thoughts on the Ash's coma theory and stuff and Pokemon. And this is Duan Mala signing off. And yeah, you should do your own research into it and stuff. In your own free time and stuff. You should do your own research into it in your own free time and stuff. So that's my thoughts on the Ash's coma theory and stuff. And this is Duan Mala signing off. Bye. Toodles. Adios.